Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, tech, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
Radio Boomers Live listeners around the world, good morning, EZWAY fam. And Reatha Gray, are you on with us?
Good morning, good morning, good
there
morning.
There she is.
It's a beautiful
good morning,
day in
Reatha.
California.
It's exciting in California. It's exciting everywhere. The holiday season is here. I'll tell you, there's so much going on, Reatha, and I say this, but boy, there's a lot going on. You know, people are finding new ways to shop, right, Reatha?
Absolutely.
No, it's adjusting. You know, guys, it's adjusting. So, you know, I'm doing it. I'm actually finding out that, you know, maybe it's not so bad shopping online. I went out the other day and I'm driving all over trying to find something and not having much luck. And I came home and went on the phone and all of a sudden, oh, there's a bunch of stuff and I ordered it. Reatha, how long do you think it takes now and where we're at now? Do you think if we order stuff, we'll get it on time?
For Christmas? Well,
yeah.
It depends on who you're ordering from. I'm an Amazon Prime member, and they're pretty good about getting it there next day. Now, the closer you get to the holidays, I would strongly advise you not to order. Order now, order in advance.
Order now.
Yeah, and definitely no problem. You still got another, I'd say 10 days or so.
Okay. Well, yeah. I found it. You know, I'm thinking we have to support our stores. We have to get out and that. But boy, it is convenient. Saves on gas and time.
You can order online from your favorite store. A lot of them are delivering, or you can get deliveries from Instacart or as any of these shopping services for you. They'll actually do the shopping for you and bring it right to your door. They do it at your local market.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and with that, let's get into some hot topics, and let's have some fun today. We got James Dentley coming on, and anyway, it's going to be a great show.
Ripped from the headlines, today's hot topic. Well, the new normal is COVID-19 lockdown. What can I say? In California, it started today. There's no indoor dining. There's no outdoor dining. There's only takeout. Just as I was ready to go back to the spa is closed again. The nail shops, I got in right under the wire on Saturday to get my nails and my pedicure. People, we have got to do something to stop this curve. Now, I'm not sure that the lockdown is it, but we got to try whatever's going on. So I've been saying this for weeks now. I'm an advocate of wearing a mask. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't, Jim, does it insult your masculinity? No, I know it doesn't. A man is a man, whether you wear a mask or not. But you could be saving a life. It could be your own by wearing a mask. I can't say it strongly enough. Social distancing, how hard is staying 6 feet away from people? I don't necessarily agree with it, so don't get me wrong. I'm one of those people. I'm not sure that really works. But at this point, let's try anything to get this virus out of this country. We got rid of measles. We got rid of polio. We got rid of smallpox. This is stuff within some of our lifetimes. This has been done away with. So come on, people. Let's do what we can to stop the virus. Wear your mask, social distance, don't have large family gatherings. The lockdown in California goes past Christmas. I'm sure that was intentional. So just do it. It's just one Christmas that we'll miss, and we'll have our loved ones with us back next year if we get this virus under control. So do your part. Jim, what's your hot topic?
In other words, what Reatha's saying is ban the bug. Right, ban the bug. Let's get that bug out of here and move along. December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. A lot of you have seen that, especially our baby boomers, but, a lot of people have seen that video. And Theodore Roosevelt stating after the attack on Pearl Harbor, nearly 85% of California residents to be under a stay-at-home order through Christmas. Much of California is staying home for the holidays, and many say they're taking advantage of it through Christmas. They're, like Reatha said, they're ordering online and so on, and they plan to have a good old-fashioned Christmas at home. Rudy Giuliani comes down with, he tests positive for the coronavirus. Shutdown major concern for many of the small business owners, restaurants, salons, and many more have concerns. They went through the first situation, and, after a while, they had to start hitting their savings to keep things going, and then they borrowed money from family or friends or whatever. They found a way of making it through it, but they say another hit might be a little difficult. And you've seen a lot of the restaurants where they would put something outside, and it helped this, but now if they have it where it's all shut down, it's going to be difficult financially. Car sales are up during the pandemic, in parts because of they're afraid to fly or take public transportation. So new car sales and SUVs are becoming more reliable also, less breakdowns and so on, so they're not afraid to take the longer trips. In-person shopping on Black Friday was the quietest in 20 years, while online retail sales broke records. They found the pulse radio frequency report found that pulse radio frequency you heard about was the basically the most possible cause of the illness that hit the diplomats and the U.S. diplomats in China and Cuba. Be wary of the scammers that, and Reatha's had reports like this, so pay attention. Trying to sell you something or notify you that something you've won, and trying to get your info. Scammers are trying to hit the Amazon saying, something about $800. So do your research because you don't want to lose your information. New Orleans Saints became the first NFL team to clinch a place in the playoffs. The winless Jets, New York Jets, in position for the number one overall pick, so that's going to help their team out. And the voting irregularity still being looked into. Everybody, people on both sides want to find out the real count. Northern storm dumps snow, and you got the power outages in Maine and New Hampshire. It's kind of tough for them up there. And you got some mudslides with the heavy rains that hit Alaska. The record-breaking 2020 hurricane season has ended up with 13. That's that's the most in recorded history. There were also 30 named storms. All right, when they say a named storm, that means it was out there. 150 Cadillac dealers to exit the brand rather than sell the electric cars. The CDC banned evictions. People are still being forced to leave their homes, though. They're trying to still give aid for the people that can't pay the rent and so on. And then in the homes, people that own their homes, they have delays that often if you get something like that, make sure you put it that they put it on the back of the mortgage, not that it comes due in 3 or 4 months and you got to pay the whole thing. Applications to refinance, they fell 5%, but were 102% higher than a year ago. Apps to purchase a home jumped 9%, an average 30-year rate, 2.92%. Guys, I'm telling you, if you get a home, now it's time to do it. Hobbies, people staying home. Hobbies are going up. Many taking up all kinds of ways to learn new computer situations, new programming, board games, whatever the situation is. It's actually, getting a lot of people together and spending more time with their family. And the surge, 79% plan to keep up their activities. So a little tip, make sure you're not just sitting around while you're home. Keep busy, keep active, get some exercise equipment going there. There you go, Reatha. What do you think? Are you sitting around? You're not sitting around. You're always moving. But with that, let's go in a commercial.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EZWAY Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EZWAY, Eric, for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EZWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EZWay Network, Twitter at EZWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EZWay TV.
We do it the easy way. And this morning we have a guest.
Oh, Reatha, I'm sorry. I did that thing again. With the mute. Okay, so how many times have we done that? So I was just sharing with you, only I was hearing it, but you and I have been to a lot of events, and I was at this one event, and I've heard a lot of speakers, and I just looked up and going, whoa, this gentleman that we're having on, his name is James Dentley. It's like talking about an impact. I wanted to grab a pencil because you know how my memory is. We've talked about that. I wanted to get this stuff down. This was some good stuff. James Dentley is an entrepreneur, best-selling author of The 5 Frequencies of High Performance, philanthropist, and one of the nation's top life and business strategists. As one of the world's most renowned motivational speakers, James is a dynamic personality and highly sought-after resource in business and professionally, and highly sought, this is really impressive. Professional circles of the Fortune 500 CEOs, small business owners, nonprofit and community leaders from all sectors of society looking to expand their opportunity. He is also an annual 7-figure earner in the MLM industry. Unbelievable. James Dentley hosts and speaks at events all over the world. And in 2008, he founded, which is now the #1 speakers in a communication program, Inspired to Speak Action Camp. It's just amazing, this resume, and his mission to continually impact the lives of millions around the world. James, let's bring James Dentley on, the gentle giant that teaches and helps so many people. Are you on with us, James?
Yes, I am.
There he is.
I can't believe you read all of that.
I tried, but I stumble a little bit with my words. But, James, this is Reatha Gray. Reatha, James Dentley.
Hello, Reatha. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
I'm excited to be here.
Reatha was Betty White's co-star in Off Their Rockers, if you remember that. And I was thinking, geez, guys, if James and Reatha and I were hanging out about we could have been hanging out maybe 65 years ago. Our combined age would be maybe 10 years old, and now our combined age is 210. What the heck's going on?
Oh.
It goes fast.
Some things you can keep to yourself, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, we talk about, I look at it as like that ball that spins around in the funnel. It goes real slow on the top, and then it starts going faster and faster. I feel like it's definitely going fast. But, James, thanks for coming on the show. Beyond amazing. I would have read more of your resume. I would have read more of your resume, but I would have had to say, well, thanks for coming on, James. We don't have time for you if I would have kept going.
Well,
but,
my mother's not here this year, so you don't have to say everything. My mother's gone.
So
yes,
here we got James Dentley, and why isn't James an engineer or maybe a doctor or whatever? You took a path that it's definitely talk about inspirational and changing the lives of people. What? Because a lot of people, James, they don't want to. They're a little bit nervous about, or a lot nervous about being on stage. What kind of catapulted you to this? Hey, I'm going to be a speaker, an author. Like, what was you know the term nature nurture theory? Was it kind of genes you have, or what? How did this come about?
Well, first of all, not at all, and it is not in the genes. They always have the people in your family that some people are like the class clown, or they like to entertain, and you kind of predict, hey, I can see them making it. Once they make it, everybody can say that. But for me, no, it wasn't so much that. It was that I was kind of forced to make a decision to step up and to do a presentation, and I was scared to death. As a matter of fact, I was so afraid, so nervous, so much anxiety, I honestly could not sleep for 2 weeks. I mean, sleep would have to come get me because I couldn't go. And I would practice the doorknobs and I did steering wheels, and people would drive beside me. And, when you're talking to yourself and people drive beside you, you act like you're singing because you don't want to look ridiculous. And I had to step into the fear because I knew if I didn't say yes, that I would never get the opportunity again. I was afraid I wouldn't get it. And I actually said yes, but I think it comes from preparation. But as I've trained speakers now, Jim, and trained so many of them, I realized that, when you have that fear and anxiety, that's because you're thinking about you, how you're going to be received, how you're going to remember it, how you look. And I learned that it's never about you, it's always about the audience. So as a speaker, I train my speakers that we are not the star of the show, we are the directors, and the audience is the star, whether it be a children or a real audience. They're the star. So you're there to pour to them from a very authentic place. And when you do that, it becomes more conversational, and you can relax because now it's putting your life into someone else to benefit them, and it kind of works out.
And one thing led to another, and the stages got bigger, and you just roll. And you found yourself, you could probably go back, could you take us back to where maybe, okay, I'm going to be on stage. And then you found it, the more you did it, the more comfortable, right?
Well, I tell you, I have a saying that you live life forward, you understand life backwards. So when I look at those breadcrumbs, I look at, I practice, and I practice. And I teach to practice harder than you. Now, the nerves may be there, but they can serve you well. So once I got past the point I knew what the content was, I was afraid, how am I going to remember it standing on 2 feet without notes? Because I'm going to hit the stage with notes. And, sometimes when you step up there, I say a prayer, and that was in 1994. I say the exact same prayer every time I speak. Even if it's silent and quick. I said it before you introduced me, and it's, Lord, let it be all of thee and not me. Let the power of your living spirit reside in me, and let me serve your people. And then I go into my foundation, which is, I am the voice, I lead, not follow, I believe and not doubt. I defy the odds, force for good, set our standards, I step up, step up, step up. I do it every single time. I tighten the muscles of my body, my abdomen, my arms, my neck, everything. And then when I release and breathe, all the energy is channeled from me outward. And it works. It just works.
Oh, that's beautiful. And having that faith makes all the difference. It gives you the confidence, and you have the knowledge, and so on and so forth. And so now you're going along in life, and you've been through it like Reatha and I have. All of a sudden, there's a new thing facing us, and we go back to when a computer was a huge room. That was a computer with all the wheels, those discs or tapes, whatever. And now it's where we're at now. And what are you transitioning? Okay, I know you came across Eric. How did you wind up meeting Eric through all this?
Well, Eric, with your son, well, first let me say this. I'm very honored to be on this show. First of all, when I was listening to you two, I learned so much. So I encourage and endorse everyone to share this with everyone you possibly can, because I learned a lot. It's something that I knew, but sometimes we forget or we don't own that truth of where we live at right now and what's happening. And we tend to lose a little compassion, humanity, and awareness. And that's why a lot of times we end up in a place because we're not reading the signs. We're not seeing them because we're so locked into what we seem to be important. And in the bigger picture, 2020 has showed us a lot of things that are a lot more important. The human suffering, the challenges that can touch each and every one of us that tie the thread worldwide, global, because no one has escaped this virus in any place in this entire world. So when you look at that and look at the people that are struggling, all at the same time, in their struggle, people are having a tremendous amount of success. So it's important to get that information. And I remember the show that Reatha was on as well. I love that show. I love the laugh. I love great, smart comedy as well. And it's just a joy because you can wake up every day with a song in your heart. If you can laugh, then you can definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
It's important for us to laugh and have a great outlook on what's going on, even in the midst of a pandemic. You are so right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Life is for laughing, living, and loving. My book, 5 Frequencies of High Performance. Well, first of all, that I know that I train people. I've been in front of, honestly, over 1 million people in my career. And I'm going to go back to how I met Eric. My book, 5 Frequencies of High Performance, is about energy, about frequency. And that most people don't realize that we have energy, electrical circuits within our body, in our brain, everywhere in our body, that fire us all the time, that is actually measurable. So when a person says, well, first of all, I need to get more energy, no, you already are energy. You don't need to get energy. You simply need to release it, because that's a story that you're in, how to release that energy, how to channel that energy. It's just like somebody can stare at your head, stare at you in a mall, and you can feel their energy. Somebody's watching me.
Exactly.
So you can think of someone, and they'll call you out of the blue. Sometimes you get in a zone, everything clicks because where you're channeling your energy. So instead of channeling your energy towards things that will cause suffering, like Job said, the things I have feared have come upon me. So his energy was focused towards the worst-case scenario, and you manifest those things because you're feeding them. So we learn to tap our energy into things above our head, and not those things below our feet. And those simply means things that don't serve humanity. Then we find ourselves in a better place by understanding the power of frequency of love, of your physical body, in every aspect of your life. And I happened to meet Eric. It was destined in the energy transmission when he said hello at that first event, Jim, and I met you as well with Allison Larson's with the West Coast Speakers Coalition. When they had asked me I was honored to be part of their original board. And it was such an honor. We really connected right away. And Shavon was my guest, and they've been together. All you all have been together from that day to this day, and it just kind of grew and grew, and there was such energy that he possesses, your son, your team, that possesses, but then you have this quiet intensity, this quiet, calming spirit. And coming from Chicago, I don't know where you got that. Because, we're kind of charged up here. But you got that calming, quiet intensity that you can just feel your spirit, your intention, every single time people interact with you. So.
Well, I appreciate that, and I remember when you were on stage, you have bullet points, and you definitely don't ramble on. Everything is just formatted to where the people are going to remember it, and that's the impact, and that's what it's all about, making the impact. And I hope Eric made a positive impact with you, because I just try to keep up with him, and I don't know if I'm keeping up, but it is a different doorway we're going through, and now we're with the JD3 TV. And what do you think? What made you choose the EZWAY network for your JD3 TV? Because I know there hadn't been quite a selection out there.
Well, people were trying to get me to do this, Jim, for 10 years. And when I was going through my gift of sarcoidosis and was on prednisone and I blew up 213 pounds or 374 pounds, I wasn't ready to go on television to add 10 more pounds. Oh, no, Lord help me. But, more importantly, I didn't think with all my speaking, with everything was going on, I didn't think I was good enough. It was for me. How am I going to do this? You know, we judge ourselves. You know, we get a little pimple on our face, and we didn't seem like this was size of my face. And we try to project that, and we back away from it because, and I've kind of learned that when you step outside of your comfort zone, that's when you open up possibility for living.
There you go.
But the medium of this streaming network now, and radio, broadcasting, the great things that Eric has mastered, it's just the right time right now because people need a message of hope, inspiration. They need to hear stories of other people who had challenges and how they made it through, because I'm here because of the story of someone else who was homeless, and homeless at 24 and millionaire at 28. So when I was homeless, I had a different reference, like Viktor Frankl would say in his book, The Meaning of Life, when two men were trapped behind prison bars. One man saw the mud, the other man saw the stars. So in the middle of the mess, I chose to look and see something that instead of looking at the mess, I said, when you drive through hell, just don't park the car, keep rolling.
All right.
Well,
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. You know, one saw the bars, the other one saw the stars. It's, you know, the way in which you think determines the outcome. It's so important. And you're doing your, one more. You're doing your 4th annual Limitless for Women event, December 11th. This is building up some big momentum. Tell us about it, and then, let's find out, because this is really getting exciting. And then you came across Eric's Wall of Fame. Tell us what you thought about that with your input.
Well, see, first of all, Eric is brilliant. And like you mentioned, a lot of people tried to get me to do this, and I chose Eric because Eric's one of those people that he's creating the next big thing that's going to create impact for the entire world. And sometimes you underestimate that person. Jeff Bezos had a 30% chance of making his business work. People didn't believe, but he created anyway. You know, Bill Gates started in his garage. What they've done, they've created things that made our lives better. They solve problems, they fill needs, and now they dedicate their lives to serving humanity. And I see Eric and his energy. He's a man that I can get behind and serve behind, and hopefully bring some value to him. And I'll tell you this: how important he is. He has a component my wife doesn't have. He has my platinum credit card number.
Oh my!
So that's the man right there.
He's very careful.
That's the man right there. So we're just building something that we want to be special, impactful, and something that's a little bit different in terms of how we engage with the speaker. So Limitless, this event was designed for women because as our trained women speakers, they weren't able to have the same type of success or opportunities that their male counterparts had. And when I couldn't find it, we decided to create it. I was raised by my mother, 3 sisters, and an incredible wife. So I'm well-behaved and well-trained. I get away with everything through laughter and by jokes. But outside of that, I know my place. And I really wanted to create something that could honor them. And this is our 4th year, but it's not just for women, it's for men. Because I tell our men that the number one language, our second language in this nation, is not so much Spanish as it is gender, period. Because a lot of times we don't get it. We're not listening. We're listening through our own paradigm, through our own experiences, to our own truths. And we lose a sense of compassion. And with that, we are robbing ourselves from the opportunity to learn more and then become more and then able to do and accomplish more. So Limitless is about that.
That's so important.
Yeah, and we've got 3 powerful men there, too. We got 3 powerful. Les Brown, Kevin Harrington, and Brian Tracy, myself and Eric, but you've got 20 of the top women speakers, not only are experts in their field, but who they are as people and their character brings through. And you really want people to just come out there and build strong relationships with these great, incredible women.
No.
Now, is this going to be a virtual event or is this going to be an in-person event?
It's going to be virtual, but we're going to have so many interactive things there and things that we're going to do. When the people come to this event, we got a special surprise because we got some amazing gifts for them to attend other events at no cost whatsoever, and then to celebrate. And then when the pandemic, as it opens up the world again, then we all can come together. But we still want to make connections with people that can help and serve other people.
Oh, this is exciting.
So how do you find out about getting tickets or getting into the event?
Well, you can simply go to www.limitless4women.com, and 4 is FOR. So SOaRwomen.com. And when they go there, I'll tell you what, because I'm on your show, because I'm blessed to be with you two, if they type in the code, the people who listen to your show, type in the code Redbird, then they're going to get that ticket, and it's going to be a complimentary, and it's going to be on us to spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with us.
This is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
We'll
have a workout session early in the morning. Somebody's going to win their own free TV show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I've got a.
And wait, I want to know. Wait, I want to know what that password is to get the free ticket again. What's that?
Redbird. Redbird.
Redbird.
Redbird. Okay, for free. I like free.
Yeah.
I've got a little routine that I'll walk up to anybody and give me 15. Shane Sparks. I told Shane. I said we'll have a competition sometime. He's a big dance choreographer. I said, give me 15 seconds with someone, and I will teach them an entire routine. Never saw them before. We'll go out on the dance floor, and it'll work great. Just wanted to touch one more thing. Now, Eric's worked a long time on this one, and I wanted to get your input. The Wall of Fame, what's your input on the Wall of Fame, and how would you say, your experience with it, and how do you think others would see it, and what it would benefit them?
Let me say this. Solomon is known as the wise king. And when his dad, David, was on his bed making his transition, he gave him a set of instructions. And he said, above all things, give honor where honor is due. And your son, Eric, has created a wall that will not only honor us, but help us honor other people, which keeps the connection. And it keeps us laying in the power of the community of consciousness and of being humble, of humility. There's power there. So with that, I'm honored because on the Wall of Fame, every year they give out a mentorship award in my name. And I'll tell you, I have an honorary doctorate degree, but the fact of the matter is I have a 12th grade education. I was a DEI student, and now I speak in colleges and speak in boards and speak in Fortune 500 companies and teach people how to create, how to become more successful, how to give back more, how to grow and to thrive, things like that. So all these things in that collaborative community on the Wall of Fame brings us together to a higher ability to do more good in the world.
See, I love it because I watched him build that, and that was talking about a lot of long, many hours of technical work, and he did not build it for himself. He built it. He said, look what I could do for it. Many times I've heard him say that, and that's what the wall is. Look what I can do for it. Look at how this can help. And I appreciate that, James, and I appreciate you coming on. And, boy, I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to the Limitless event coming up, and this is going to be exciting. And I'm glad you're rocking and rolling, James. You and me and Reatha, we're still rolling. And, we all came across our things. We've had our bumps in the road, but and like I said, we think positive, we go forward, and keeping a good light with everything, keeping the light in our hearts. But thank you for coming on, taking the time, because I know. So last question, what does James Dentley do in his spare time, or do you have any?
Oh, my goodness. I just left a location we're building on a production studio, so we're about to buy a building. We're producing television shows. We're teaching. We're redoing our entire backyard. We've got other contracts producing that. I have a network marketing business with over 100,000 people around the world, and we're doing extremely well with that. And just taking care of myself and my family, but I do it all in 45 hours a week. And my spare time, I like to laugh, live, and love. And we have an incredible nonprofit. Our nonprofit is our heartbeat.
Oh, Eric loves, that's his prime too. Prime directive is keep Jesus in your heart and helping others. And you're rocking and rolling in Chicago, and that's our old town. So we'll meet up there sometime and show you around a little bit. Thanks a lot, James. Thanks for coming on, and Reatha and I appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you.
My pleasure, guys. God bless you. Keep up the good work.
God bless you.
All right. Thank you again, James. Well, Reatha, is that inspirational or what? And I'm telling you, when you hear this man speak, take notes. You don't have to. You'll remember what he said. But with that, we're going to have to move along here, and we've got I believe it's a commercial in Carmelita's Corner.
Are you looking to accelerate your influence? EZWAY.com is a new site that allows you to promote yourself, business, brand, and your products as an influencer. You can share your ideas, receive comments, promote and brand yourself with the power of affiliation. Associate yourself and your brand with the power players of today to become leaders of tomorrow. Come and join the EZWAY Wall today. Sign up at wall.easywaybroadcasting.com or text EZWAY Wall to 55678.
You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the godfather of soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Well, hello there, Radio Land. Here we are. And we're feeling grand, and I'm really feeling grand because I have a dynamic lady coming your way today. My, she is a mover and a shaker. She's the founder and CEO of New Life Clarity Project, and I would say publishing because that's what she does. Pattie Sadler is a published author, speaker, and influencer who has a passion for creating global change. Pattie has talent for motivating and inspiring others to find the big why in their own lives. And she is on an adventure called life. She's a first responder and gifted trainer. She assists business owners, sales teams, entrepreneurs, and authors to find unexpected and amazing results. She's a talk show host, director of public relations in the SOaR Foundation, and president CEO of New Life Clarity Publishing. She truly lives life with passion and has shown that it is possible to create life-changing results. And I'm going to let her talk more about it because I can't wait for you to hear her. Welcome, Pattie.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Carmelita. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Happy to have you. And we have a lot in common. Number one, we're sharing the EZWAY Broadcasting Network here today. I mean, we had a great conversation this morning, and we just are very happy to be on board this train.
Of course, and you know, it's a pleasure to always support you and be on your show, Carmelita. You're amazing.
Well, likewise. So what we have is a mutual admiration society, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Boy. Oh, boy. Well, tell us about how you got started with New Life Clarity Publishing.
Okay. Well, I went to a school, and I actually studied publishing, and that's my passion. And it took me about 4 years to get my good old certificate to prove myself. And it was a lot of work, and I never really thought I would actually go forward and be a publisher, although I had all this information. But, you know, there are no coincidences in life. And at the time, about 6 years ago, my mother asked me to come home and take care of my father, who was 87 at the time, and help her with his care. He passed away at 89. And then I was fully involved in her personal care to ensure that neither of them would end up in a nursing home, basically. I wanted them to stay in the home and give them all the care that we could give them. So my mother passed away in January. But in the long term of all of this, I had to find a way to be able to work from home. I had these skills. People were coming to me to get books done. And, you know, honestly, I don't feel like it was a coincidence. It was divinely appointed, and that's just what I do.
Well, Pattie, I saw that home
thank you.
on the internet that you posted, and that's not a home. That was a mansion.
Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about my dad. My dad built that house when I was 2 years old, and so it was an absolute honor. When my mother passed, it was an absolute honor to be able to purchase the home, and my brothers were so willing and amazing in the process as well. And so we closed about 2 weeks after she passed away. And this is where I grew up, and it just feels like a very safe, beautiful place to be. And my dad created a heaven for us.
I should say so. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought I was looking at a hotel. And then, you know, because it's so huge. Do you ever
beautiful.
Get lost in that house?
Oh, no. Sometimes, well, it's a lot of cleaning. But, you know, we just try to keep everything in order, and it's just me and my husband and you know, the grandkids. We have a place for the grandkids to come and have a heart-centered home where they can always come back to.
Well, looking at your photograph, Pattie, you don't look like a grandmother.
Oh, well, thank you. I have 7.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, you know, the grandmothers are getting younger and younger these days. Have you noticed?
Yes, and it's a blessing. It's the best part of life is being a grandmother, for sure.
It's a great time in life because, you know, you really have walked the life and learned many lessons. And as I look at it, I think that life is nothing but a giant classroom, and we are all students.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yep, and there's so much more to learn. I mean, you know, you never really stop learning.
Nope, you never stop learning. And, you know, this is kind of part of where I come in, you know, with people that want to start their business and they want to get their voices heard. You know, our stories are so important. Every one of us has experience, and this experience that we each have that's unique to our own could inspire somebody else to do something different in their life. It could save their life. It could help inspire them to do something new. I mean, you just never know where it could lead when we share our stories. So that's really the purpose of the publishing company.
And you're doing a fantastic job, and you have published The Influence Effect. That is the book that Eric has orchestrated, and he's invited so many amazing people to be a part of it, to write a chapter that can inspire, as you say, other people or give them some kind of guidance. And I'm just very grateful that he's given me chapter 39.
Oh, Carmelita, we're so grateful to have you a part of it, too.
Yeah. So I want to tell the people about how they can get this book. I've got the website memorized now. I know it's www.ericszuley.com/book. And can you tell us more about how they can get a hold of the book and how much it is?
They can also, so they can also go to Amazon and look up The Influence Effect by Eric Zuley, and they can purchase it there in paperback or the EPUB. They're both available. And so either you can go to the website of Eric Zuley or you can just go to Amazon and get it there. You can also get it on Barnes & Noble as well.
That's really reaching out there. And Pattie, somehow you have managed to guide this to become a bestseller. How did you do that?
So we're a bestseller in Australia and Canada and United States. We also were the LA Tribune best-selling list on their list. You know, it's a lot of collaboration with everybody cooperating, supporting us by sharing it, purchasing the book, and, you know, just a few little things that the publisher can do to add to that. But, you know, it was really a great journey, and it was going to be a bestseller anyway.
Yeah, we saw the handwriting on the wall.
Correct. Yeah.
And speaking of the wall, I heard James Dentley talking about the EZWAY Wall of Fame. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that?
Sure. So the EZWAY Wall of Fame is a place for influencers and celebrities and others to come together. It's somewhat similar to Facebook. You go on there, you have an opportunity to create a free profile and connect with meet other wonderful influencers. You can also advertise your work in there, and you can sell your build your client list. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
It is amazing, and I really want to take advantage of that. I'm a sort of a slow learner, I guess you could say, in some ways when it comes to technology, but I know I've got a lot of hands around me to help get me on board. But that is one of my objectives this year, to make full use of it. And I want to thank Eric for putting me on there in the first place. I was one of the first people to be on the EZWAY Wall of Fame. And
and you've been such a great influence among his people. You've been involved for such a long time. I know he loves you very much.
Well, it's a mutual admiration, as we said this morning, Patty. We belong to the Mutual Admiration Society, and I think we've got a great team here, a great bunch of people. And I love everybody on the team, including you.
Oh, great. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, so anyway, keeping the time in mind, I know it goes by so fast. You have another event that you are a part of. I heard James Dentley talk about a little bit. Can you tell us about this event coming up and what it's going to do for the ladies?
Oh, my goodness, yes. It's such an honor and a privilege. I'm going to be speaking on the platform Limitless for Women. And this is a James Dentley event, and it is a soft launch for his television network. Gosh, I'm just super excited because there's 20-plus women that are going to be speaking. You've got people like Forbes Riley, Sharon Lecter, and you've got Shay Vaughn, and you have got Laura Langmeyer, Dr. Dante Sears. That's just to name a few. But you also have Brian Tracy, Les Brown, and Kevin Harrington going to speak.
Ooh,
and
wow.
It is a 3-day event, and this event is going to be from the 11th to the 13th in December. If you go to limitlessforwomen.com, you can get your tickets and you can participate in the 3-day event. I'm going to be speaking on Sunday about the power of your story and how it can help you to build your business and share your message and make a difference in the world. But I would invite any women that would like to join the Limitless for Women event to come watch it because it's going to be really special.
What time are you speaking, Patty, on Sunday?
I think I am in the afternoon. I'm not really sure, to be good and honest.
Yeah, I have an appointment set for 3 or 3:30, and I don't want to miss you.
Well, I know that this is going to also re-air on his network, so I'm sure you won't miss it.
Okay. Well, we can camp out with the ladies for 3 days. My goodness.
Oh, yeah. Some beautiful women that are going to be a part of this. It's going to be great.
Well, there's just so much going on, and I'm just, again, I'm always amazed at all of the wonderful things that are happening around us that we're part of. And so we have to look at the glass half full and not half empty.
That's right. Glass is always half full, whether we realize it or not. It really, truly is. So we have so much to be grateful for, even with everything that's happened this year with COVID and just, all the things that have happened in 2020. Now, the great thing about 2020 is it's almost coming to be hindsight is 2020.
Yes, it's almost coming to an end.
So I'm looking forward to the new year. But, I think this has brought us to a whole new level of inspiration this year. And dealing with every community in the world has been affected by everything that's been going on, and I think we've reached a new level of compassion and understanding and new will. So I think the next year is going to be fantastic.
Yes, and out of the darkness comes the light.
Beautiful.
And
yes, it does.
Yes, it doesn't rain forever. The sun has to come out sometime. So I know we'll all be so relieved when we get past this phase. But I remember Les Brown had a saying, and it's not this bad, but he said when things are really looking down, when you're on your back, there's only one way you can look, and that's up.
Oh, amen. That's so true.
So,
well, I was just going to mention before we leave, for those business people who has a book that I did, accompany a business idea, and if they have an entrepreneurial spirit, then they may want to consider doing a book so that they can help, with branding and everything else. They need to get their story out there because that could also inspire others to follow their programs and be involved in what they're doing so they can find success as well.
Well, I want to thank you on that note, Patty. As you know, I have a saying, it's time for us to ride off into the sunset.
That's right.
And so I want to, again, I'm very happy to have you on my show, and I know that Eric loves you dearly. And on that note, have a great day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Here we go.
3 great influencers have joined forces to create a space for you to be the expert, get credibility, and be a best-selling author. Get acquainted with the EZWAY Wall of Famers and reach a celebrity status with EZWAY Publishing, powered by NLCP. Get seen on the cover with EZWAY Wall of Fame celebrity influencers. Get the credibility you deserve by being a published author, best-selling status guaranteed. Increase your credibility, maximize your presence affordably and effectively. Enjoy your new life with EZWAY Publishing.
Smartphone, cell phone, PC, Mac, tablet, iPad. That's right, it's tech time.
Updates. We get updates on our phones all the time. This last week or so, the iOS for all the Apple products is updating. This is a big update. You're going to recognize new ways things appear on your phone. You're going to need to reset some passwords. This is the biggest update that I can remember for a while that they've done on the iOS system. But there's also a lot of scams out there that are trying to capture your passwords. So be very careful. If it doesn't look right, don't put in the information, even if it says it's part of the update. The updates will kind of give you clues that they know who you are. The scams don't know who you are. They may say just dear or sir or madam. If it's a true update, it will call you by name. It will give you at least a portion of your password so that you know that it is real. Go on YouTube, Google iOS updates, and you can find out what some of these updates are, why your page looks different, and how you're going to navigate through this iOS. For those of us that are seniors, this is a pain. We wish they would just get one and stick to it, but that's not going to happen. The geeks are in charge, and so they're going to be changing it and updating it. But go ahead, get that update, because you're going to need it to use all of the nice stuff that's new on iOS. And like I said, just Google it on YouTube or Google it on Google, and you'll be able to learn about these new updates, these new ventures in Apple, as I call them. They're adventures. And it's still my favorite operating system. What can I say? And let's move on to Jim and his gem.
Okay, baby boomers, it's time for Gems from Jim.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot of exciting stuff. Big event coming up December 11th through 13. Limitless for Women, JD3 TV soft launch. This is exciting stuff. And I'll tell you got to take notes. I've been to a lot of events, and sometimes, you think, well, okay, I'm here and I'm whatever you're going to do, but I'll tell you, you want to tune in and actually listen to some of this stuff, because you go home with some knowledge, and it's meaningful knowledge that makes a difference in how you go forward with your life and the decisions you make, because not knowing can be costly in some situations. And let's see, I'm going to see if we got our engineer bringing Eric on. We could talk a little bit about this. Let's see if we got Eric. Okay, so Eric, you on with us? Yep, there's the sound. We got the sound. We got the drum roll there. Eric, you on with us?
If you hear the theme music, then you know you got Mr. Easy.
There he is. Well, thanks for coming on, Eric. We're talking about exciting show today with James on and Pattie Sadler. So we got a big event coming up December 11th through the 13th. Limitless for Women, the JD3 TV soft launch. And this is some exciting stuff, a big buzz. And this is going to be kind of a treasure trove of information for 3 days. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, before I start talking about the event, I want to say I love James dearly. I mean, not only is he a client, but he's a friend, and I just feel like God is going to put a lot of His light on that path as far as that relationship path we have. And same thing to Pattie. Pattie has been with us for a long time, and Pattie is just such a dear friend and client, and what she's doing is incredible. I never thought my book would go where it has gone, and between the two of us collaborating in efforts, it's really done some amazing stuff.
These aren't just people we're working with. These are like family members. It sounds corny, but you meet a lot of people, and when you could wind up with several of them that you really feel like you can leave them the keys to your house if you go on a vacation, and they'll watch it for you. That's a nice feeling, and good people. So go ahead. Yeah, let's get a little bit of an update on this.
So you can hear me okay, right? Okay. So as far as an update on the event, Limitless for Women is James Dentley and his team's event. They've been doing for 3 years now, and this is the fourth event, and we're blessed to be a part of it. And I came on board as an executive producer, and me and James are going to be hosting it, and you guys know what that means. But it's really between the two of our efforts, between the EZWAY powering JD3 and JD3 supporting EZWAY, we've been able to get a nice little roster. We were able to bring in someone to help bring Brian Tracy. James brought in, Kevin Harrington and Les Brown. I brought in Forbes Riley and Sharon, and then James brought in Michelle, and it was really a collective effort that's made this thing incredible. And so we have 20 very amazing women, and what I would look at is the categories and how different they are. We have a woman that specializes, which actually is our attorney now. She specializes in law. I mean, if you want to protect your assets, if you want to protect yourself, if you want to learn the legal side of the business, she has a resume a mile long of happy customers. She knows what she's doing, and she's a 6-7 figure income earner from what I've heard. And so Dr. Liddy is amazing. Then you have Forbes Riley, who's a $2.5 billion, says Forbes magazine, infomercial queen. Pitch queen. She's one of our, and most of these women, most of these people are actually on our wall of fame, and they're honorees or they're legends. And so I know what they do. And then you have Jeffrey Levine, who's a tax attorney, money mindset mentor, and his workbook is unbelievable. And the executive producer of the Beyond the Secret movie, which is now going to be an Amazon Prime series, which I'm an executive producer on. Yay. And then you have Les Brown and Kevin Harrington and Brian Tracy, and all of that's pre-recorded. All that's already set and done. And then you have Dr. Sonia Stribling, who's I believe been on Bravo, and then you have Tina D. Lewis and Michelle Sealer Tucker and I can't remember everybody. Charity Smith and Hannah Hornstein and just, I mean, you got to go to limitlessforwomen.com and look up Limitless, L-I-M-I-T, less, L-E-S-S, Limitless for, F-O-R, women, limitlessforwomen.com, and just look at the lineup. Just look at the speaker lineup. And when you go to the little squares, the squares will literally spin around and tell you who these women are and what their expertise and what their specialty is. So each woman is going to be speaking on 30 to 45 minutes of what their expertise and their specialty is. I think there's a lot of giveaways. We got some incredible gift bags, and virtual giveaways. We're giving away a chance to win a free show, a free television show on not only JD3 but on EZWAY TV. And this is really going to be a ride you want to fasten your seatbelt for moving into 2021 between JD3 TV and it being powered by EZWAY. And we have some pretty incredible things distribution-wise, and we're rebuilding a lot of what's been successful, like Pluto TV and Netflix and things like that. We've gotten a lot of support, and then having, James, like you said, giving us his American Express, platinum card. we can do some cool stuff. I found that funny. It's true, but I found it funny. And just what you can learn from these women. And Dr. Dante Sears, my beautiful other half, is incredible in real estate and what she does. And she's actually the COO of our company. And when it comes to operations and building, and running a team, not just building a website, but running the team of all of the website, stuff. And then the app that we're creating, and this is a full-fledged one-stop shop solution, the EZWAY, and then our partner on it is JD3. And what James does, James is a 6-figure to 7-figure income runner. It's been validated by multiple publications. I'm a 6-figure, the company is a 6-figure creeping on 7 figures. I think next year it's going to be there, income earner.
And Dante's always, and she's also a very knowledgeable with health and getting people back on track.
And speaking of health, we have Shay Vaughn, Vince Vaughn's mother, the actor who's a health professional, health guru, and she has women on TV. And, we actually were just talking yesterday with Shay Vaughn, me and James, about putting like a super duper spectacular, you can't beat it exposure package between, World TV, Women on TV, JD3 TV, EZWAY TV, and then we talked to JLS TV, then you got Billionaires Elite TV, and then you got Champion TV. So we got like 7 different networks that want to put a whole package together where you just cannot lose. So if you get a show, there's 7 possible networks you can immediately get on, And so it's something that you want to come to with your notepads ready to go. You need to have a recorder, and then this is not just going to be a one-time live event being broadcasted by EZWAY, powered by EZWAY, broadcasted by, JD3 TV. This is going to be a regular rebroadcasted event where you can subscribe to JD3 TV and get all of this amazing information from the most highest. I looked at just to give you guys a little sneak peek. I was watching the Les Brown's, what Les Brown recorded. And, he's a busy guy. I don't think he's going to be able to come on live. But we recorded his speech, and wow. That's all I got to say. It's just amazing information. Same thing with Kevin. Same thing with Brian. It's basically.
You not only have, such knowledgeable speakers on there. These are fun people to talk to. They're good people. And Dr. Liddy just has such a good spirit to her and so knowledgeable. And, everyone on there, you definitely want to take notes and tune in because, like I said, when you miss this stuff, you're missing an opportunity, and you can go forward without this knowledge, and you make a lot of mistakes that otherwise, you wouldn't be making. Yes. When you get this,
exactly.
get this under your belt.
Everybody needs to go to limitlessforwomen.com and register. I believe the code was Redbird. For your free ticket, or if those EZWAY supporters out there, you can always go to EZWayRSVP.com. That's for all of our events and all of our clients. If you go to EZWayRSVP.com, and you get that like EZWAY kind of concierge support and service. But it's just an event you do not want to miss. These women are incredible. The advice is incredible. The information is incredible, and the opportunities and what can happen for you as a business owner, and the networking. Let me say that the networking is incredible. You need to go to the Facebook.com/LimitlessForWomen. Join that page, JD3 community page. Just really follow the movement. With us, it's always EZWayFam.com. You can create your account on the EZWAY Wall of Fame. There's too much. I know it's confusing, but just text. Here's what I would suggest. Just text EZWAY to 55678. You'll be updated on what you need to be updated on. You'll be hooked up, and it's just something.
Wall,
I mean,
right?
what are you doing anyways? If you're sitting back on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's lockdown anyways. What else are you going to be able to do besides look at the computer or watch TV? You know, and why not get some education from 6 to 7 figure income earners that know what they're doing and get it all for free? I mean, you're getting like, I mean, if I told James that we should be charging $1,000 for this event because of the knowledge and you know what people are receiving from it and who we have. I mean, if you look at the roster alone is worth $1 million. You know, so you don't want to miss this.
It's a who's who for sure, and you know everything. You know every word up there. You're talking. It's a treasure trove. I call it treasure trove of information. And so you were talking. Give us the date again. The time.
The date and the time is. So the date is December 11th, 12th, and 13th.
13th. And now, so what would be
the time? The time PST time, Pacific Standard Time, is around 8 o'clock. I think it starts at 7. It's pretty early. It's early all the way until like 8 o'clock at night. It's like an all day thing for 3 days. This is going to be interesting for our company to produce and engineer and run. But we're really looking forward to it. And by the way, shout outs to our sponsors. My sponsor personally, I just wanted to give them a little love. Brain Tap, which is now our official sponsor for the Easy Talk Live show. And then Danella Burnett with Encore Elite, which is doing a panel, which is all about, I believe it's about events and how to really benefit from your events with some five amazing women. And then Jeffrey Levine with JL Solutions, JD3 TV, is doing a panel on money, mindset, and mastery. And the people on that panel actually is Dr. Dante Sears, Forbes Riley, Sharon Lecter, Hannah Hornstein, and Laurel Langmeyer. So that's a big panel right there, and then it's being co-hosted by DJ Tony Boldy. But I got to hop. I got an appointment, so it's always a pleasure. I love you, Dad. You guys have an awesome show.
On, Eric.
Talk to you guys. Okay, bye-bye.
And so you get a little idea there. I wanted Eric to pop on and give you a brief on all this stuff, and a brief it was pretty thorough. Now you know what's going on, and so remember the dates. You got December 11th through 13th, and I think we're going to have time. Limitless for Women, JD3 soft launch, and the speakers that are coming on are so knowledgeable. They've gone through it all. They know what they're talking about, and this is the best of the best, guys. Enjoy this. So with that, we're going to file out here. So we're going to sign out till next Monday morning, 10 o'clock with Reatha and I, Radio Boomers Live. And for now, we're Radio Boomers Live, so keep moving, keep the faith, and we're signing out.
Welcome to EZWayBroadcasting.com, your one-stop shop getaway to corporate Hollywood. EZWay specializes in red carpets and will enhance your experience. EZWayBroadcasting.com is top-ranked on Alexa and houses the EZWay TV Film On channel, podcast radio station, and EZWay magazine. Learn more about the beautiful EZWay Angels and follow their events calendar. For more information, visit EZWayBroadcasting.com and click on About Us or call 424-209-9290. Don't forget to subscribe to the website and follow EZWay on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for amazing updates and opportunities. Remember, that's letter E and letter Z, because, well, we do it the easy way.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and EZ's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the EZWay Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.